Hey everybody, this is Ben here at thatcologneguy coming at you with a new review. How are you? This is, of course, the channel that welcomes you to your weekend. So happy Friday. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And if you're watching this on any other day, always remember, it's always Friday here at That Cologne Guy. Before I dive in this week, I'm taking a look at the fragrance I'm going to review. I wanted to give you a little bit of what I would call the good, the bad, and the ugly, which can only mean I have to do it, of course. All right, sorry. If you have not seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, it is a very old film, but oh, what a gem it is. In fact, if you haven't seen it, make sure you watch the extra long director's cut because it is a classic. I love that film. And so let's start off with the ugly. The ugly is, of course, and now I use my right hand, actually, my correct hand now when I go back. It might look a little bit more disheveled behind me, and that is because I have been in a week-long battle with my dishwasher, and I am actually not winning that battle. Just put in a new motor on it today, and it was... yeah, I still have the same problems. So wish me luck with the joys of home ownership. So that is our ugly. The bad is last week I mentioned in the Terre d'Hermès episode for parfum, and I called that an EDP, and you guys called me on that, so thank you very much, because you are correct. That is not an EDP, that is a parfum, and I have corrected that in the thumbnail, the description, and also I put a little note in the episode to clarify. So thank you so much. I do appreciate that. These are my first impressions, but I really need to make sure I need to do my homework, and I did extra homework this week, as you will see in a minute. And the good, of course, is real good. The good outweighs the bad and the ugly, so who cares about the stupid dishwasher? Because since Christmas, I have... I'm going to find some inspirational music in the post-editing. I have, oh yes, doubled, since Christmas, I have doubled my subscribers. So thank you so much. You know, it means a lot to me because, as I've said before, I know I need to do the whole, like, you know, if you only had one fragrance your whole life, what would it be, and top fives, and, you know, all this kind of business. I know I need to do more themed episodes, but I just enjoy reviewing these so very much that I go with it. And so thank you for doing that. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Eventually I'll get into more of the catchy episodes where I say my top fives and you know, most complimented, which I actually have done, but I will keep doing those. But until then, I just love doing the reviews. If you don't follow if you haven't followed my channel much, every summer I do a first impression series. So again, these are kind of more off the cuff reviews. I may know nothing about them. I may know just a little bit, and it's just fun in the summer to step away from my normal reviews and just kind of experiment with fragrances that I know little or nothing about. So without further ado, let's dive in. But I wanted to say thank you so much for subscribing. You guys mean a lot. We are the Cologne crew. We are small and we are proud, and we are the Cologne crew. So again, thanks for subscribing, and let's dive in. This week I am looking at a fragrance I just dropped. So that is, if I can get it, that's by Hermès, of course, and it is, let's see, I was practicing this earlier to see if I can get it. There we go. Ooh, perfect. This is Eau de Narcisse Bleu by Hermès, and this is a unisex fragrance. This is for men and for women, marketed as unisex, and again, it's Narcisse. So Eau de Narcisse Bleu. Now, I mentioned earlier about doing my homework because this time I triple checked. This is not an EDT. This is not an EDP. This is an EDC. So that means we can only do one thing and say, are you down with EDC? On me with harmony. All right, sorry about that. It's a 90s reference. All right, so this is an Eau de Cologne. This is an Eau de Cologne EDC, and so that means it's going to be a lighter concentration, and that will play really into the notes as well, as we'll see in a minute. But I wanted to say this is an EDC, and again, it's unisex, marketed for men and women. It's a 2013 release from Hermès, so here's the note breakdown. This one is another one, though, that I can talk about the notes, but it really comes down to a description for me. Of course, you can see in the name Eau de Narcisse Bleu that it is it Narcissus or Narcissus or Narcissus? It is Narcissus, Narcissus. Or Narcissus. I don't know my flowers well enough, as you can tell, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. So there you have it. I looked this up, and I see that the main notes are woody notes, which are definitely just right under the radar. They're lurking in the background, which I like about this fragrance. But you guys are going to help me out with the Narcissus or Narcissus. The fact that I don't even really know how to pronounce it should tell you all that you need to know about what it smells like. I don't know. Now, what I will say is this, though. This one smells to me like, if I had not looked up any notes, I would have said a violet leaf element to it. It's not listed, but it has a violet leaf note to me, mixed with barely light, very light woody notes. So, in terms of what it smells like, I don't know if I can give you that in terms of the notes. I really can't deliver because I don't know what this is a floral. There's no doubt about that. But to me, it comes down to three things, which is green, fresh. Well, actually, I would even say light green, fresh, and super clean. Those are the three things that jump out to me more than any particular note. Is a light green, very very fresh, and then ultra super clean fragrance. So those are the notes. The only two notes are listed are the narcissus and the woody notes. But again, I almost feel like there's some sort of people mentioned iris too. It's like a violet leaf iris combination maybe, and that's what narcissus exactly smells like. I don't know. Now, one thing that will jump out for you when it comes to the notes is, oddly enough, this is a very random statement here. Do you guys remember Grey Flannel? Grey Flannel by Jeffrey Bean is one of those ultra cheapies. And remember, it comes in this like little bag. It used to come with like in a bag. It's from the 70s or 80s, and it's a cheapie, so it's always like at CVS or Walgreens. But you know what? It just goes to show you that not cheapie doesn't mean bad, because Grey Flannel, no joke, is a very, very nice fragrance. It's kind of a starter. Well, not now, but it used to be a starter fragrance for a lot of us from the 70s and 80s. So people enjoy that one. It does garner compliments. I like it. It's a good cheapie, and it's a classic. It's been around forever and a day. And so this, ironically enough, is kind of like a lighter, more sophisticated version of a toned down, if you will, of Grey Flannel. And I think it's because, this is just my opinion, my take on this, I still feel like there's some sort of violet leaf element to this, even though there's not one listed. But there you have it. Those are the notes, and that's to me, again, it's going to come down to fresh, light, green, and then super, super clean. So let's go on to the longevity and projection. Now, this is an EDC, mind you, right? So I have to tell you, you can see I've almost worn, I have just enough for this episode. In fact, so I hope it doesn't happen like last week. I filmed my episode last week in here, and then went downstairs, and it said the file was corrupted, and so I had to redo it. I hope I don't have to redo this one either. So when it comes to longevity and projection, you're going to get what you think you're going to get from an EDC, all right? So which means this is very, very, very light, very subtle, and it's not going to project even in the first hour, it's not really going to project more than an elbow's length away from your body. This is one you would have to ask somebody what they think, or and I know some of you really like this, the real subtle, if you like really subtle fragrances, you will love this one, because this is another one that really, really invites someone to get closer to you. So because of that, the romance factor will be very high. Some people might choose this, though, for the office because of that as well. So if you work in cubicles, if you work in close quarters, this is another one that would be perfect for the office, because it is inoffensive as it can get, and it certainly won't overtake the room by any stretch of the imagination. So projection is what you would think it would be, right? Very close to the skin. And then longevity is, again, an EDC. So if you're spraying on clothes, you're going to get about 2 to 4 hours. I guess if you sprayed a ton and you put them on your clothes and your hair, and then you might be able to get 4 to 6. As my skin drinks up fragrance, so I got 2 to 4. I wasn't necessarily surprised by that. I mean, it's a very light fragrance, but I could see how someone could relatively easily stretch this to 4 to 6. I think after the 6 hour mark, though, you're just going to have to reapply. Some people have no problem with reapplying. They could care less about longevity, because they're just going to reapply whenever they need to. I kind of expect more bang out of my buck when it comes to fragrances. You owe me a work shift. That's kind of how I feel. All right, you owe me a good 6 to 8, if not 8 to 10, unless you're Amouage, where you owe you give us about 18 to 24. All right, so I think projection, longevity were what I thought they would be. I was not disappointed. It didn't surpass my expectations, though. So now this is marketed towards unisex. Now, you guys might disagree. I think you're going to see some comments, kind of agreeing or disagreeing here when it comes to this one. I'm going to go ahead and tell. This is my take. These are my first impressions. I've worn it all week. I love the smell, but you know what? It's very clear for me. For me, this is I wouldn't have called this a unisex fragrance. If I hadn't known it was, I would consider this feminine. It is too feminine for me. Now, so cue the boo. All right, we'll get that done. But here's the good news. It's too feminine for me. I would not have this in my collection. I don't care for it. I felt like it was a woman's perfume. But the good news is it is a fantastic woman's perfume. And so here's what I think about this fragrance. To me, this is a woman's perfume, and I would give it about a 4 out of 5. It's very, very. When I buy this for a woman, absolutely, it smells. It smells light. It's fresh. It's summer. It's spring. It's green, and it is ultra clean. And so it's perfect either for like an office scent on a woman, or it's perfect also for like a vacation, a honeymoon, where you're if it's around the beach, you're going to the beach all day, and then you're taking a quick shower and going out for the night, and it's still hot out. This is a perfect fragrance for that. It's sexy, it's romantic. I wouldn't choose this necessarily for the office. I see this as more of a date night scent. It's a nighttime scent for me in the summer or spring, just because it's very attractive. It smells very, very nice. In fact, I would not have this in my collection, as I said. I would definitely recommend this for women. And here's with one exception, though. I noticed I think it was Macy's that has it. I think it was like between $45 and $50. You can get the body wash of this, and I would be open. I would like the body wash of this, because you would smell, just ultra clean. And then, of course, because it is so close to your skin, it would dissipate, and then your cologne would take over for the rest of the day. But but I'd be open to having the body wash. That's for sure. When it comes to this scent, I just don't think I would have this in my collection. But I would absolutely get this for a woman. It's lovely. It's a wonderful scent. It's a little too feminine for me. Just my take on it. I could see this as a signature scent for a woman woman for like half the year. This is very much a spring, summer. So if you love gray flannel, if you love gray flannel on your man, then look for a slightly lighter version of that is a little bit more quote unquote feminine. That's my take. Or if you're a guy and you love gray flannel and you can't imagine wearing it in the spring and summer, and I can't either because it's more of a fall winter, then you would love this because this is kind of a lighter version of that, and they would complement each other well, actually. So there you have it. Hearing it first here at That Cologne Guy. And then, so that's the gender. And now age group. To me, the gender is more important than the age. Once you get, this could be 18, and this could be any age for a woman. I really can't, say younger, older, because it really smells nice. It's just a wonderful fragrance. I don't know how anyone could click on the dislike button on Fragrantica, other than maybe if they were a guy and blind bought it and felt that it was just too feminine and now they're stuck with it. That's about it though, because as far as the smell, it's great. If you guys have this, let us know what you think, because I really appreciated the fragrance. Now, versatility is also going to be relatively high, but again, it's seasonal. So this is very summer, spring. I don't think you'd have a lot of people having this as a signature scent like all year round if they live in a place that has 4 seasons. If you lived in Florida, or if you lived in any climate that's hotter year round, I could absolutely see this as a signature scent. I don't know here where I'm at in the Midwest. I don't know if I would be wearing this, on winter day. That's for sure. But this is definitely more of a 4th of July. Now, versatility, though, in terms of event is super high, again, because this is all over the place. This is formal, informal, 4th of July, barbecue, going out at night, office. The versatility is very, very, very high. So if you're living in a climate that's year-round hot, you would absolutely want to keep this one on your radar. Okay, so let's see. We talked about versatility, we've talked gender, and we've talked age group, and there you have it. My big decision this week was I would go 2 out of 5 for this one personally, but I know that just for my own collection, so it'd be a no thanks. But again, because I like it so much on a woman, I would give it a robust 4 out of 5 if this were a woman's perfume, and I would highly recommend it. Then I'm going to split the difference this week, and I'm going to go 3 out of 5. I'm going to go 3 out of 5 sprays. So if you're new to the channel, what I do is each week I spray out of my rating out of 5 sprays, and then I actually put that on me. I think I have enough for 3 left. And so we're going to go 3 out of 5. We're going to split the difference because it's a 2 out of 5 from me. It's a no thanks, but it really impressed me. I find it, and again, I think some people have said that they use it more as an office scent. I do find it romantic. I find it sexy. I find it appealing. So I see this as a 4 out of 5. I see it as a weekend or an evening scent, a romantic getaway scent, and I see this in the spring and summer, kind of a weekend vacation right away from all the hectic daily life. Okay, so I guess I'm feeling philosophical today. All right, so 3 out of 5. We are going to go. Why don't we go 1 on each wrist, and then 1 on the center of the chest? How's that? Ready? All right, here we go. Eau de Narcisse Bleu. Boom. Actually, I'm going to redo that one because it barely touched my skin. All right, here we go. Boom. 1. Boom. 2. And 3. And that is Eau de Narcisse Bleu. Again, pass for me. Definitely high recommend for the ladies. All right, there you have it, folks. Another review by the boards. I really appreciate everything. I appreciate you subscribing, all of your comments. Whenever I slip up, you guys always let me know. Really appreciate that. That way I'm able to go back and rectify that and change that. It means a lot to me. This, again, is part of my first impressions series that I do every summer. I hope you enjoy it. Have a wonderful day. Take care. And always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Bye-bye. Yeah. it's not suntan lotion. There's a certain smell though that it really evokes. It's not suntan lotion. It's not, but it's it is so fresh. I just feel like it is perfect for a poolside. So I imagine this like, you're poolside, you're ordering drinks, you are on vacation. It is a well-deserved, overdue vacation. You're in somewhere it's just perfect weather out. You have like your own personal pool right next to like this huge pool, and it's just magnificent.